Hey guys and girls, this is Gundir Quid, and this time we are going to be playing a game called Offworld Trading Company, so stay tuned. Alright, so Offworld Trading Company, what is this game? This game is a real-time strategy game that has a stock market type element to it. It's pretty much a supply and demand. You're sent to Mars to mine resources, to provide to the colony of Mars. While there, you're also competing with other contracting companies at the same time. You want to buy out their stock to purchase their company, or they're going to buy out your stock to purchase your company. In the process of this, you're mining resources and providing it to the colony. Stock prices are going to fluctuate according to supply and demand. So, it's quite an interesting game so far. So single player mode, we're going to go to start new campaign, and these are your difficulties, from intern being the easiest and CEO being the hardest. Right now employee is difficult for me, assistant is challenging for me. Now I heard there's been rumors that the AI in this game is just insanely annoying, difficult, so there's that to look forward to. Now you have 4 different factions, if you will, to choose from. You can be a expansive, or yeah, I don't know. I call these people Terrans, robots, scavengers, or scientists. The Terran type rely heavily on oxygen, fuel, water, food, electricity to survive. Robots, they rely on microchips and electricity to survive. Scavengers rely a lot on carbon, and then oxygen, fuel, electric, and on water and all that. And scientists, they rely on the same, but they don't need to build mines or water pumps. They can just build straight factories on the resources on the map. It's kind of difficult to get a grasp of the scientist properly, but once you do, you can be real good at it. So far, easiest I've found have been these Terrans. So let's get started. Now, these is right here in this section is what you currently own. These are your buildings. Of course, you have 3 different types of power sources. Wind, which provide the minimum power, but is always there for you. Geothermal, which provide you the most power, but not always available on all the maps. And then solar power, which provides power to you about half the time, day-night cycles. But they provide about the minimum, or the median, middle amount of power. So these 2 really should be changed so it goes low, medium, and high, so it's easier to get a grasp from a visual. But whatever. Now, since you're Terran, you rely heavily on life support, which is you need food, you need oxygen, fuel, and you need water. Now, water pump right now provides 0.7 water per pump. The reactor that provides oxygen and fuel consumes 1 water per second, and the farm also consumes 1 water and produces 0.35 food per second. Then you have your mines, which mine carbon, silicon, aluminum, iron, and then your ice, which I rarely ever use in the game. Your factories, which consume your mine resources. The glass furnace consumes oxygen and silicon to produce glass. The electronics consumes aluminum, carbon, and silicon to produce electronics. The steel mill, which we rely heavily on as a resource, consumes iron for steel. And the chemical lab, which consumes fuel, carbon to produce chemicals, which rely heavily on engineering, buildings, and patents. Then you have your advanced factions, which you gain access to these while upgrading your HQ, the hacker array, which you can manipulate the stock prices on stocks, obviously. Off-road market, you can put stuff in a rocket and send it home and make a lot of money from it. Engineering lab, which you can upgrade your buildings so they can give you better efficiency. The pleasure dome, which is just a straight currency per second, depending It relies heavily on your colonist population. Then the patent lab, which will give you huge perks in the game. Up here is your labor pool. You can purchase engineers to upgrade your buildings, like the water pump. I can purchase them for $20, and it'll increase the output of my water pump by 30%. So it'll jump up from 42 to something I can't think of off the top of my head, because I don't think it's additive, multiplicative. It's weird. It's confusing. I don't know. We'll find out right now. So let's upgrade the water pump. So now it provides 1 water per second instead of 0.7 water per second. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, got it. Cool, whatever. We can also upgrade our metal mine, or we can upgrade our farm so it produces more food. Right now it takes 1, produces 0.35, so let's purchase that. It still consumes 1, but now it produces 0.5. So it's a huge boost to your resources. As you get into the game, your buildings become a lot more efficient down the road. Now over here is the rankings. You versus the other 7 corporations trying to fight for corporate dominance of Mars. Right now everybody's 0 because the game just started, and I can, well, build my HQ. Obviously everybody can build their own HQ, but I also get +1 claims for being this faction. The espionage people obviously have an EMP per game and a underground nuke per game. They start off with +1 claim, so they're Terran just like me. +1 claim, so they're Terran, EMP, and underground. So these 2 right now are scavengers. That's a Terran as well. Scavenger as well, and then free chemical lab. I don't know who that is. I think it's scientist. Obviously patent scientist. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Alright, so now we're going to start the game. This is the map name. This is the income. Once you win that map, you'll get that added into your income up here. And then that's the perk you get. So you can be just like these guys with +1 underground nuke per game if I win this map. Don't really like that perk personally, so I'm not going to take it. Or we can get a chemical shipment, so every X time, I don't know what it is, the game gives me chemicals. I also get +28 per turn. It sounds cool, but I don't know. Or I can unlock expansive, which I already am expansive, so that's not going to help me at all. Or free metal mine. That one actually piques my interest a lot, since I rely heavily on steel. Steel comes from metal, or iron, right? Which is from metal mine. And +29. Alright, so we're going to do the Ares Vallis mission. Map type is medium. It is chaos, so it's going to be more difficult to build on. Resources are going to be harder to find, which is kind of annoying thinking about it. And no more rules. Alright, so let us begin. Start. Thank you. Alright, so right now you'll have percentage explored. The colony itself slowly expands over time, and whenever this thing cycles, you'll get 1 more additional scan you can do. I can do 6 scans right now, which is the area highlighted around my mouse. And then eventually, once you start exploring resources, these numbers are going to change. It's going to tell you it's a low supply, medium supply, and high supply for every resource. As Terran, I want something with water and iron as a main resource. Those 2 are my main ones right here. Of course, aluminum and carbon will help, but mainly iron and water. And this is my HQ, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first, we're gonna start scanning. While scanning, my enemy is also scanning. I can't see what he scans. He can't see what I scan. So let's get to it. Now, the resources on this map are rare, so once we find them,
levels of iron found.
Probably going to want to colonize.
Levels of water found. Low levels
Alright,
of
so
carbon
right
found.
here,
Low levels of silicon found.
silicon and carbon, metal, water. This is going to be a prime real estate for our corporation. So we are going to build about right here in the middle. Now this is a ridge which provides a lot of power for our power plant, which is going to help immensely. Alright, so you can see that everything's in like hexatile. And then your building takes up so many hexatiles. You can't build it on top of hills or slopes or anything like that. So you want to pretty much get it into an open area. The closer to your resources, I found the better. So about right here. But right here also. So can I get it right here? It'll be the best.
Permits approved and cleared, sir, with Alpha 3 team reporting in.
Alright.
We will have the first
So
factories
now
up and
I
running
need
in
to
no
get
time.
a power plant up. I can't build up here, but that's going to be prime real estate for me. So I'm going to wait for the NPCs to, or the colony to slowly expand. Right here is where I want to build it, my solar power plant. But I can't build it right now. Let's get our water production going and our mine production going. With that, we're going to get a food production and a fuel production. And we have one more claim we can do. I'm going to save that for our power plant that we're going to build on top of this ridge. So I'm going to unpause the game and let it play out. Up here are going to be your building progression timers. It takes time to build. Alright, so the NPCs scanned out up here. This is prime real estate for our solar power plant. So is all of this actually, now that I'm looking at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it up here. I'm going to try to build it in the middle so I can build other ones around it as well. So that will help me. Alright, now I'm out of claims. I can't build any more buildings until I upgrade my HQ. Upgrading your HQ gives you more resources per turn. So it'll help in the long run. And right now I'm at negative because I don't have my power plant built yet.
Expansive colony founded.
Alright, so they founded their colony over here.
Expansive colony established.
And they're sending out construction buildings. Probably going to take this aluminum and up here with me to this water.
A geothermal vent. That will be useful.
Alright, so now we have power. We're producing 0.52 extra power per second, which 0.25 or 52 times 15 equals plus 7 currency income per second. That comes straight out of your debt pocket. And once your debt is paid off, then it'll go straight into your funds. Now every day at midnight in the game, you're going to get a 10% interest on your debt. So right before then, you want to pay off your debts to prevent incurring that. Other than that, debt is like a sideways bounce. You don't have to worry about too much.
Medium levels of carbon found. High levels of carbon found.
Alright, so right now, we need to upgrade our HQ. Upgrading our HQ is going to take, or require 0.1 more power, or 0.1 more water, 0.2 more food, and 0.05 more oxygen. And increases our shuttles between our buildings. So, but for some reason that doesn't get added into this requirements. So we gotta be careful about that. And since we don't have resources, it's going to cost the stock price to purchase those resources to upgrade our building. What we can do, we can't really do anything. We're going to have to outright buy it because we don't have a steel mill, we don't have a glass mill, and we don't have aluminum mines. So we're going to have to
With this new expansion, we have
pretty much
increased
upgrade
our
it.
potential production rates by a lot.
We're going to look
The
for
shareholders will
aluminum, which is over here. And then we can claim those two later on down the road. We need a steel mill, but before that we need water. Go build another water plant. We're going to need food and fuel real soon. So I'm gonna unpause the game, let it go. Over here is the colony population up here on the top. You want to keep an eye on that. If it says something like water's too expensive, food's too expensive, or oxygen's too expensive, you want to sell those resources so the stock price drops. They rely heavily on oxygen, food, and water, and if it gets too expensive, then the population will decline and you'll lose money. And I think if it hits zero, you lose the game. So you want to keep that in mind. Also, if I wanted to sell or buy, it depends on the price. So if I was to sell 10 of these, I would make 230 credits. Which is odd because it should be 240 credits. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's odd. Alright. So now there's an auction that we can get an additional claim. I have 3 claims already, but it would be nice to have 4 claims. Again, this doesn't come out of your funds. It goes into a debt account that you can pay off later. Usually, it's kind of expensive. I really shouldn't have gone up to 8. It should have stopped at 5. So now I have an 8,000 credit debt that I must slowly be paying off. Kind of sucks when you think about it. Can we sell anything to try to recuperate ourselves? Sell the carbon. We can sell iron. And we need to buy another power plant real soon. So let's sell some fuel, sell some oxygen, food, and water. Build a power plant. It's nighttime, so they're not providing power, and we're going to start getting more debt.
The black market is online.
Every now and then, the black market refreshes, and you can purchase one of these little mini perks. The goon squad prevents anybody from trying to attack that building. Mutiny converts the building to you, so you can get that resources. The dynamite explodes the building, and the owner will have to rebuild it or repair it. The underground nuke actually makes this stock from 3 nodes down to 2 nodes, so it's going to cut his production by 30%. I haven't really used Power Surge. I don't know what it does really. EMP shuts all the buildings down for about a minute. And pretty decent AoE size. And new claim, obviously we can add more claim to our bounty. Alright, right now we're producing barely enough fuel, so we need to start looking into that. Also, we need more. We don't have a steel building yet, so we need to start building steel. So we'll build one of those. We need to look at getting a glass production going. So there's that. Now that noise was the glass shortage, indicating that the prices for glass are going to start skyrocketing. So if you had glass, now would be the time to sell it. That noise is just indicating one of my buildings just finished production. Let's see here. I need steel. Steel is a heavily required resources in the Terran buildings. So we want to make sure we have steel. Right now we're just waiting our time so we can get money in. Iron surpluses, the prices of iron are dropping. Water engine is a huge bonus. So I'm probably going to go up to about 10 grand for this one. What it does is it makes your buildings powered by water. So all your excess water goes straight into your power supply. So when it turns nighttime, I'm not losing a lot of money because it's going to be providing power to my buildings. But I'm still losing money because I need 1.5 power and I only have one. Oh, yeah, I need that amount of power. Good thing about it is, overnight, the stock price skyrockets. So then when it comes daytime again, you're going to have a lot of money per turn. So there's that to look forward to. Also, I have about a 13 grand debt and it's increasing steadily. But soon it'll be daytime and power plants will come online and I'll start making money. Alright, what do we need? We need a glass furnace. To do that we need carbon. Let's see, where's a good carbon mine? There's a really good carbon mine over here. But you also got to take into account the distance you have to travel to get those resources back to your main building. So there's that you have to account for, but it's pretty nice. Alright, so our power plants are online and we're making a ton of money per second. So that debt that we had is going away really quickly. It's only 10 a.m. too. Got the rest of the day to enjoy. Alright, so we're waiting on this guy. What can we do? We can sell some food. We're going to need to build a food mine soon. We can sell some aluminum. That'll help a lot. Let's get a glass building built now. Be a good place to build this glass facility. Right here, that'll work. Alright, so I have 20 grand in the pocket. What I can do is I can purchase my own shares, or I can purchase my enemy's shares. And it's directly related to their stock price. So if I wanted to buy their share, I'd have to pay, what was that, 5,990. Okay. That's kind of cool. Alright, nanotech. I don't really care about nanotech. Alright, he can keep it from there if he's going to repurchase. Alright, so he can have that. I don't want it. That's if you sell your building, you get the resources back required to build the building. Like if I would build this, I would take 10 aluminum and 3 steel. Then I could sell it and go from there. Not really beneficial for me. Alright, so let's see here. Our glass mine needs silicon. We don't have silicon yet, so let's build a silicon mine. There's only these right here, looks like. I can't do that. Any more claims. So let's build the claim real quick. So I purchased a claim from black market for whatever it cost. It puts the black market on cooldown for about a minute. Let's get this. Oh, never mind. I was going to pay it off before midnight, but I totally forgot. So I got a 10% fine on it.
Expansive colony expanded.
Alright, so they have expanded to level 3. Level 5 is the max you can go. It's something to keep in mind. I can do it too.
This new expansion we have increased
Let's get
our
food
potential
production.
rates by a lot. The shareholders will love it.
Let's get oxygen production going too. And then another... No, we can leave it at that actually. We need the silicon mine. Okay, now I'm starting to make silicon. Steel is slowly coming in. Steel is going to be raising in price. So let's get another steel mine up. Let's get another glass building up too. That's going to require us to have one more claim. Okay, so I can purchase another claim to take out this last silicon building, or I can wait it off. I'm actually going to purchase some of his stock. So I spent about 6,000 credits, about 12,000 credits to take his stock off the market. Since power's in such high demand, I want to get another claim and build another power plant. So I'm going to wait this out. I could probably sell 100 food right now. I can build that, and then I can build one more power plant. That way we have more income coming in from our power, since it's in such huge demand right now. And we'll start making money. Okay, now notice up here it says water's too expensive, and their progression is stalled at 84%. So we're going to want to start selling water. And wow, we actually don't have any water to sell. Well, we do really. There we go. Thinking machines, sabotage damage. It's kind of nice to have. Not needed. So they can keep it from there. A lot of times you just want to play the markup game on this. So they can spend more money, get more debt. Sometimes it doesn't work all the way. So it's something you want to be careful about. Let's upgrade our thing to level 4.
Worker morale is at an all-time high.
Build another water mine.
Infrastructure boost you approved. We'll be able to ship more industries off Earth in no time.
We're gonna need to build a oxygen building, or a fuel building. I don't know what I call it, oxygen. Fuel building. So now we're at positive for water. We are going to be positive for oxygen production. We need another metal mine, so we can build that right there.
The black market is online.
I'm gonna keep the black market right there. Let's build another power plant. We start making a lot of money since this is in huge demand actually. Build one more. Right now, since we have these buildings clumped up, I'm going to purchase the Goon Squad and put them right there. So if he does try to sabotage our power plants and he targets this one, it doesn't work. We'll find out down the road. Every now and then, the game's going to give you claims, so your number will go up by 1. So what I'm going to do is, right now food's too expensive, sell some food to the colony. The way I see it, you're either selling to the colony or you're buying from the colony. So you got to keep that in mind. Our aluminum factory up here is doing fine. We don't have to worry about that. It looks like he took that last silicon claim right there. It's perfectly fine. We're not worried about it. Right now we're making about 17,000 credits per second. I can actually finish the game right now, but this is what a EMP purchase looks like. It's going to hit the main building and then it's going to slowly spread out. And right now he hit me with an underground nuke, which targeted my water building. So it dropped from a 3 resource down to a 2 resource. It's perfectly fine. It's not anything to worry about. But if I wanted to hit him, I can hit his main building, and then the darker green from the middle is going to be reduced effect, and then the outskirts is going to be even more reduced effect. So what I can do is I can target
freelance pirates are auctioning their services to the highest bidder.
1,000, 8,000, 9,000.
Alright, we're going to purchase these guys so I can just explain what they do. Alright, so that process actually clicked somewhere on here. The Goon Squad defended that building from getting powered down, which is good, but it's nighttime anyway, so it's not going to do anything. They're frozen for 20 seconds. They're frozen for another 20 seconds, whatever. Alright, so the pirates, what you're going to do is you're going to put it preferably in a line of needed resource, like water, or we can shut down his silicon.
The black market is online.
So we're going to put it right here.
Pirates. I hate those filthy bandits.
And it's going to shoot down his resources that are coming in. And you can see them starting to disappear as they fly through. That means they're getting shot down. Let's see, we can actually just finish the game right now. I'm going to purchase all of his stock. And then I'll win the game. And that's all there is to it. This has been Gundir Quid. Enjoy. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, then click here to subscribe, or if you want, you can click here to view my Elite Dangerous videos.